y'all. I'm really excited today because I am helping you start on your third and final essay, the argument essay. And today all I want to do is go through the prompt, and you may find that whenever you're reading through some of these things, you might say, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to organize this. Well, we're going to work through that as the semester goes on, so don't stress out too much. We're actually going to start with MLA first. So anyway, this assignment. So basically, you are here to persuade the audience of your claim, but you also need to look at opposing viewpoints. And the reason we do that is because I really don't think you can fairly look at an argument if you're only looking at one side. You have to see what other people are saying about the issue. Okay, and so you are going to be writing a 4 to 6 page essay. And I know that sounds like a lot, but don't get too stressed. And so here's what I want you to do. Your essay is going to have a specific claim, and that goes in your thesis. And your claim is basically how you feel about the issue. And I want it to be qualified, I want it to be well researched, and I want the issue to have two arguable sides. And so you may say, what does that mean? Well, okay, so I've had students before who wrote papers. One that is funny to me is smoking is bad. Absolutely, smoking is bad. I don't even really know. I mean, I suppose we could figure out a way that it's good, but for me, that's not really a two-sided argument. Even if you were going to try to argue it was good, I just don't think that's really a two-sided argument. And I had somebody one time, they wanted to write about animal abuse. Animal abuse is bad. Well, yeah, but is it good? Is there another side to that? And so if there's not another side to it, then that's not a good topic because you're not going to be able to do the things I want you to do. So we'll talk more about topic in a second. I want you to offer support, and I want you to do that with evidence. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to use 3 scholarly sources, and those will come from the library databases. And if you say, I don't know how to use those, I'm going to teach you. Okay, and so all the sources must have an author, and that's because a lot of times you can find sources from the internet or just about anywhere, and you're just like, okay, well, here they are, and there's no author, and so you can't actually look at their ethos, which I think is really important because we just finished studying ethos, right, in rhetorical analysis. Your paper will be logically organized. We'll talk about how to organize it later. You will look at the opposing viewpoints. Your paper should be informed and professional. So that means we're not going to have a whole I thinks. You're just going to say, here's the issue, it should be this way, and moving on. You will cite your research with MLA in-text citation and works cited citations. I actually already have a video about that posted, so hopefully you've looked through that already. You won't have many grammar or usage errors, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, most of you are pretty fine with grammar right now. You will develop main points, and so that has a lot to do with organizing and then using evidence. And so I want you to use effective transitions. That means moving from one paragraph to the next, and then I want you to have an engaging introduction and creative, I guess, introduction and conclusion. So I would say these are the things that you're going to look at first. But if you're like, oh, there's so many things I don't know, well, we got to start somewhere, and here's where we're starting, okay? So now I want to go ahead and talk to you, and this is where all my students start to hate me, and I'm sorry, y'all, but forbidden topics. I have a lot of things that you cannot write about. And there's a couple reasons. Number one, people just want to talk about them so bad, and there's really not much new evidence that you can add to this. And I don't think they're very good topics. There's too much out there. Your papers are going to be too vague. I mean, there's so many reasons. And so here are the ones that you cannot write about. And a lot of them are like kind of the big issues. And the reason I don't want you to write about them is I think you can find something either, number one, more specific, and number two, just a little bit easier to argue about. So obviously your abortion is not going to be on there. Adoption as an alternative to abortion because it's similar. Capital punishment. Marijuana legalization. Oh my gosh. Every single time somebody still will email me and say, can I write about this anyway? No, you can't. Euthanasia, okay, no. So I think just kind of keep going down here. One that I think is super prevalent right now, government conspiracy theories. That's, I mean, just running rampant right now. Eating disorders, always been a weird one. I don't know what you're going to argue about them. It's more of a research paper than an argument paper. When I say marriage of any kind, I'm talking about gay marriage is what, or I guess straight marriage. And then video violence, school uniforms. These are just ones I've heard over and over and over again. I'm tired of them. There's nothing new that you have to say about them. And I don't think it takes much to think about these things. Now, if you do have something and you're like, okay, I can be a little bit more specific about some of these things, you probably could. And if you can find a way to be more specific, then I might be okay with it. But you really have to, like, if you were like, okay, I'm going to write about gun control. No, you're not. That's not going to be a good one. But if you have, like, a specific law, then you might be able to write about that topic. But it has to be about the law, not the topic. Same thing for abortion. And honestly, a couple of these could work. I had somebody write one time on capital, the death penalty. And what they wrote about was, I think it was like mentally handicapped people being put on trial for the death penalty, or maybe children, or like, you know, like teenage children. And then, so I've had a couple that kind of have found their way to work, but they're so much more specific than just this general idea. I really don't think, like, topics that rely on religious belief or defense, I just don't think they really have much of a place in this paper, just because we want to make sure that whenever we're talking to our audience, we have a common ground. And so if you're trying to argue to somebody who's an atheist, you're never going to find a common ground. So that's why I'm saying let's stick to something that I guess could be provable on NC Live. Okay? And then I said dumb ways to lose points on this essay. Pick a bad topic. And this is what, minus 60 points on your paper. So think about that. Change your topic after you've turned in your proposal. Your proposal's not due until like December 2nd. So you got plenty of time for that. Changing your sources. I want you to go ahead and have this mess ready to go whenever you are turning in your proposal. And that's why. Not using academic sources. I'll always have a student who says, I can find all my better stuff on Google. Of course you can. That is not academic research though. So that means you need to go to NC Live, probably it's NC Live is what I'm thinking. Maybe opposing viewpoints. I'll show you how to use a couple of those. So I think those are, but if you use bad sources, you're going to lose points. And not using the 3 that I asked you for. And then the last thing, all topics must be approved by me. Now, with that being said, your proposal is going to be due on December 2nd. Now, that doesn't give me a lot of time from December 2nd to whenever your rough draft is due on December 6th. So what I would say is I would go ahead and give myself a soft deadline to send me an email and check and make sure that your paper topic is okay. And I'm going to go ahead and say that as well in an email just so you know. But, yeah, I think that's about it for now. I'm going to hop on here, probably make a couple videos today because I got lots of good ideas. All right, y'all. Hey, have a good day.